NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams. Should be a terrific game here tonight. We're at Little Caesars Arena. Tonight, the Detroit Pistons taking on the Brooklyn Nets. The opening tip is won by the Nets. To Durant. Jay, 28 wins a year ago for the Nets, but a couple of individuals, they shined in their playing time.
8 wins better than the year before. And think about Jared Allen for this team. He is a new age 5, has the versatility and the speed to run the court. And then you think about a guy like Spencer Dinwiddie, who actually got drafted in the 2nd round and actually gambled on himself, had a horrific knee injury. To see the kind of minutes due to the injuries that he played and the level that he played at, Ed, this team is on their way.
First free throw is good. Can't connect on the second, and he splits the pair. Rose on the drive, but it won't go down.
It's easy for the offense to get agitated when you keep turning around and the defense is right there in your face. The jawing is only going to escalate.
Here comes the screen. Durant to Jordan. Working hard on the glass. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7. Because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Rose to Griffin. Brooklyn with the basketball. Durant against the former MVP. Probing the defense. Irving to Durant. Nothing going here on that drive. The Nets now with 4 to shoot. Irving dives for it. Not afraid to mix it up. Kennard to Drummond. Missed a wide open look.
Seems like a lot of contact on that play. If I were that player, I would pull the ref over to the side, talk to him, express to him how much contact there was so he could look for that same foul call potentially the next time down the court.
Old school. Backs his man down for the basket. Kevin Durant. Dynamic once again.
And giving it to you any way you want it. On the block, from the perimeter, mouse in the house, whatever the scenario is, Kevin Durant has an answer.
And the 2 for Blake Griffin.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Kyrie with the rock to Durant. Take stock of the floor. Durant to Jordan. DeAndre Jordan, look out. Feed the big fella. Point to the passer.
So good when you get everybody involved, in particular your bigs. You get them going, they'll run the court faster, and guess what? They'll set harder screens because they're actually in the game.
Rose. Down low for Griffin. And a 5-second back-to-the-basket violation is called. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. Durant. Jay Williams, kid from Jersey, rooted for the Nets growing up. And where do you live? Ah, scary sight. DeAndre Jordan with the putback slam.
That's a DJ we all know and love.
It's Detroit's ball. Beasley, tough matchup against Durant. To Reggie Jackson. And the rebound comes down to Harris. Durant with the basketball up top. His team up by 7. Kevin Durant, 2 for 3 now here in the first.
Old school equals high percentage.
Jackson with it. Counting down towards a minute to play here in a very tight opening quarter. Short jumper stays out.
See, I don't like that shot right there. Pass the ball, get the defense moving, maybe set a hard screen, roll to the rim, see the ball go in a couple of times before you settle for a mid-range jumper that's contested.
Finishing inside the paint on that one. Have we ever seen anyone like KD?
Easy answer. No, he's the greatest offensive threat we've ever seen in the game. He has a 7'5" wingspan, and he's doing things that Russell Westbrook does with the ball. We've never seen it before.
We have both squads set to make some moves right now.
Number 23, Blake Griffin. Stepping in.
To Jackson.
Number 2, Torian Brent.
Has a chance. Deep 2 there. Won't go. Draws the contact. And Jordan will go to the line to shoot 2.
You see this all the time. The defensive players establishing his presence on the court and also checking to see how far the refs are going to let him go.
First one goes down.
Good shot.
No back-to-back free throws here. He missed the second. Deep 3 at the buzzer. That ends the first quarter, and the Nets enjoying some breathing room. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. The possession in favor of Detroit. To Drummond. Probing the defense. Nothing going here on that drive. And the 2. The finish at the rim for Drummond.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
To Durant. Rebound to Detroit. Griffin. Irving with the basketball. His team leads it by 10. Oh, he had it. Pistons ball here. End to end on that one. 94 feet for the basket.
Wait, Ed, have you ever seen a slow-speed car chase? That's what that looked like.
Irving to Durant. Here comes the screen. Irving. Shot from the lane won't go.
And you have to remember that your hand is part of the ball. There wasn't enough contact on that play for the refs to blow the whistle.
Griffin to Drummond. Around the perimeter. Griffin. Rebound comes down to Brooklyn. Into the front court, it's Irving. It's an 8-point lead. Blake Griffin!
Oh, and he can't keep it in off the block.
Man, that was impressive. New blood coming in for both sides.
DeAndre Jordan.
Durant. Short jumper won't fall.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jumper.
Rose to Drummond. The big fella, Andre Drummond. He is shooting well. He's made 2/3 of his shots.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Irving brings the ball up court. To Durant. Oh, highlight moves. Tough to pull off with the defender all over you. Tough shot and nearly a chance at a three-point play. No foul. How do you neutralize a threat like Kevin Durant?
Well, that weak side defender constantly has to shade Kevin Durant, and that primary defender, you have to funnel KD into help every single possession, contest shots, and hope that you can deter his vision and that he misses.
Irving gets a look. Can't hit. DeAndre Jordan with the block.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Durant to Dinwiddie. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The refs spit, and that's the game.
Looks like both teams are making substitutions. Spencer Dinwiddie trying to cash in on a three-point play. For his career, 79% at the line. Can't convert the free throw. Jackson to Rose. Count it. No and one. There was some contact there.
Big shout out to the athletic trainer for this team. It's obvious you've been doing all the preparation required of your team in the weight room in the offseason. Flex on them a little bit.
And they'll go to the Hacker-Jordan strategy and send DeAndre to the line. DeAndre Jordan at the line for 2 shots. Shooting 50%. Some yes, some no in this contest. First try, no good. Second one goes. It's a 1-of-2 trip. Pistons have it. Rose. And a bad pass as it's taken away by the Nets.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
To Durant. Here comes the screen. That's what you like to see off the pick and roll. Nice, easy basket. That has to feel deflating for the other side.
They've really came out and made a statement so far in this first half. Another powerful dunk, but another easy dunk. When are we going to see some defense?
The big fella, Andre Drummond. He's 3 of 5, 60% shooting from the field.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Durant buries it. It's a 3.
Ooh, welcome to the new reality. Positionless basketball. Bigs are now PGs with the ability to drain threes.
Oh, great defense there, forcing the pickup. Here's Drummond with the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket. Long key from 3/4 court. Time expires to end the first half. The Nets have the lead.
It's Jalen Rose, and I've got your EA Sports halftime report. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Brooklyn Nets. The Pistons may be in the building, but they did not show up for this game. There isn't enough time to get into all of their problems, but I'll tell you this, they need to try to get better. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Detroit Pistons.
Game track. Points in the paint. Player of the half.
Kevin Durant has the defense figured out, and his shots are falling for him. That's a lethal combination that will be hard to overcome.
Who was cold?
Reggie Jackson suffered through a scoreless first half. There's just no way to avoid getting called out when you miss every single shot you take. He hasn't been able to get anything to drop. Here we go with the top 3 plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Fellas, back to you.
First half, very one-sided. What will the second half bring? We'll find out as we're underway. Rose into the front court. His guys trail by 10. A pass stolen by the Nets.
Here's your chance to break this thing wide open.
And count the basket.
There's certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Rose to Luke Kennard. To Rose. Shot clock's at 5. Down to 4. Rose's shot off the iron, no good.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short-arm the shot.
Navigates through traffic, but can't finish.
It's easy for the offense to get agitated when you keep turning around and the defense is right there in your face. The jarring is only going to escalate.
Derrick Rose, consistent effort. He's at 50%.
Oh, he buckled his knees so bad, it didn't matter if he scored or not. That's a win for the internet.
Durant to Dinwiddie. Nothing going here on that drive. Goes to the left side to Durant. Another chance. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
Hey, one of the things I hear all the great teams say in the huddle, they say 1, 2, 3, no mercy. Now it's time for you to go even harder on the defensive end.
Rose. And a bad pass as it's taken away by the Nets.
You know, Ed, sometimes you're just more ready to play than your opponent. The intensity and the effort is off the charts.
Kennard to Drummond. Goes reverse to lay it in.
There's some players out there that like the freedom of space, and then we have the anomalies. We have the players who feel comfortable being uncomfortable, and almost the physicality of the game centers them and puts them right on balance every time.
To Durant. Here comes the screen. Durant. DeAndre Jordan, look out.
An easy 2, get back on defense.
Rose into the front court. The deficit now up to 12. To Drummond. Won't go. Dinwiddie with the basketball. Looking to make something happen. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Spencer Dinwiddie at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. He struggled so far. Free throw good to cap off the 3-point play as they continue to open things up here in the third quarter. Right now, the Pistons have the basketball. Surveys the floor. Down to Zaza. Cleans it up. Another shot stays out. Kyrie doesn't get the bounce.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Give him 2 points. High percentage.
Okay. You don't get a 10 for style points, but it worked.
Irving into the front court. The advantage is 13 points. Nice finish at the rim. Simply put, when the ball's in Kyrie Irving's hands, magic could happen.
It's poetry in motion, and it's a situation in which the ball is attached to his body. He has it on a yo-yo. He can put the ball and dangle the ball out there for other people to think they have a chance, and in their mind they do, but in Kyrie's mind, the game is over.
He's going to the free throw line to shoot.
I don't mind that effort at all. At least they're still out here competing on the defensive end.
Spencer Dinwiddie has got 2 shots coming, shooting 50%. Some yes, some no in this contest. First one, count it. So he hits the first, misses the second. Down to Griffin. Oh, look out. Blake Griffin quiet night, but 2 for 3 in the contest right now.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
It's Brooklyn's ball. To Irving. Here comes the screen. Irving to Jordan. Oh, emphatic slam.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hand. Knocked loose. That's out. Last touch by Kyrie Irving. Just inside the arc. At the buzzer. Blake Griffin, a couple of free throws on the way. For his career, 68%. And he connects on the first free throw. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. That ends the third quarter. It's been all net so far. Brooklyn basketball here as we start the fourth quarter. And this one, Jay, not totally in the win column yet, but with a double-digit lead, you have to like their chances.
I love when I start seeing fans exit the arena so early in this game, and I hear people say, this one should be in the bag. Well, guess what? It's never a guarantee. You have to be careful not to slow down the pace of the game and take the air out of the basketball. You have to put your foot on the gas and try to win this game with a sense of urgency.
To Irving. Shot clock coming down to 4. Down to 3 from long range. He engulfed him that time.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Rose to Drummond. Knocked loose. And that one out of bounds off the net. Detroit with 4 to shoot. Short jumper off the mark.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
Kennard, great look and vision. To Luke Kennard. Here comes the screen. Missed it. They weren't going to give that to him.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short on the shot.
To Irving. Deep right corner. 4-3. Pistons clear the board. Rose into the front court. 14-point deficit. Just off the mark.
I just love where this takes you into the psychological battle as a player offensively. Was that a great contest, or did you just miss the shot? But now you have me thinking about that the entire next possession.
He was hacked. They let it go. Rose into the front court. He'll run the offense. Down low for Griffin. old school. Backs his man down for the basket. Play is stopped. Timeout for Brooklyn as they'll talk things over here in this fourth quarter. Some lineup changes now for both clubs.
Number 7, Kevin Durant. Subbing in for Detroit.
Irving to Durant. Irving. Andre Drummond swats it.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
2 minutes left in the
A pass stolen by the Nets.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Can't miss those. To Griffin. Shot clock to 4 for the Pistons. Here's a chance from long range. He was all over him.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
To Drummond. And stuffs it home. Jay, I'm surprised he had a chance to wrap him up.
Well, you're not the only one surprised. This guy is not a good free throw shooter. You never let him have an easy bucket. If anything, make him earn it at the charity stripe.
Andre Drummond with a piece.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Griffin. To Reggie Jackson. Jared Allen sends it away. It's good. Count the basket and the foul.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball. But sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
Blake Griffin trying to cash in on the three-point play. Hasn't missed yet. Free throw good to cap off the three-point play. That cuts it to a 7-point game. To Irving.
Hey, lock up.
Going to launch beyond the arc. And Kyrie Irving took the defense for a ride. Tough three-pointer. Now the Pistons going to use a timeout. They're down big in this fourth quarter. And a chance here to empty their bench. Griffin to Jackson. Griffin to Reggie Jackson. To Griffin. Trying to cash in. That's rebounded by the Nets. In this one handily. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Here, and I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. When you look at these highlights, you can see how this team was able to earn the victory in this matchup. Great game by this squad. Check out the leading scores for the Brooklyn Nets. The Pistons didn't lose big, but it wasn't exactly close either. I'm sure they can't help but feel frustrated with the result, but they can't let that feeling linger. Sooner than later, they need to start thinking about the next matchup. Check out the leading scores for the Detroit Pistons.
Game track. Steals. Player of the game.
DeAndre Jordan wasn't satisfied with just getting steals. He had to insist on getting a bunch of blocks as well. Now that's what I call defense.
Who was cold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have their off nights. Today was just one of those days for this guy. Top plays, and we've got 3 of them for you.
Number 2. Number 1.
And here we've got the upcoming games for the Detroit Pistons. See y'all next time. Jalen Rose signing out.